ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this vlog I will take you along to Watches and Wonders 2026. Currently we are in Munich, where I was waiting for my bus to arrive. I went to Geneva by bus overnight, and until then I had some time to spend in Munich. So for example, here I looked at the new Gant collection at Oberpollinger. And here you can see the famous new town hall of Munich, located at Marienplatz. And I also went for some shopping in Munich. I got this hand cream from Aesop, which I had on my wish list for a very long time, so I finally pulled the trigger. And here I walked past by the Studio Odeonsplatz from Mercedes-Benz, which had this really cool Mercedes S-Class inside. And also this really cool old Mercedes, which I think was the first one Carl Benz has ever built. This is the Munich Central train station. And now I was walking over to the Munich bus terminal, which is just a 10-minute walk from the central train station. This is the inside of the bus terminal. And with that, goodbye Munich.
A few moments later.
And good morning Geneva. Here you can see the beautiful Lac Le Mans by sunrise. And that's the central train station in Geneva, from which I took the bus to the Palexpo. Ladies and gentlemen, now we're in Watches and Wonders. So my agenda for today is that I'm going to take a look at some watches. I will take you along. Then in the afternoon I will take a look at the Chronopolis Watch Fair, which is with the independent brands. And then in the evening I attend an event. That's where you come into Watches and Wonders. And here's the information desk over there. There's the shop. And over there is Norqain, Bremont, Audemars Piguet over there. So let's take a look around. So, and as you can see here, it's the Independence area, I think. And look at this. La Mezzanine, there are the independent brands like Raymond Weil, like Norqain, stuff like that. Or for example, Nomos. To Nomos I will go later, I think at around 11. So it's amazing here. And just for your information, the brand event I will attend later is from Orage. It's a very cool watch brand, and I will attend an event of them later this evening. So we will take a look at the Independence area later, and we'll walk around now to Audemars Piguet. Over here you can see Frédéric Constant, and here you can see Audemars Piguet. We will take a look at that first. But there's a queue, so I might go to Rolex or something first, so we'll see. Now, and over there you can see the YouTube hub, and here are like cafes and restaurants. And now we will take a look at some watch brands. And here's the press center, where you need a press accreditation, I think, to enter. So I cannot do this, but it's there. So let's have a look around. Downstairs you can see, for example, brands like H. Moser and CA. So now we're at the booth of Tag Heuer, which you can see here with this beautiful Porsche 917. Over there we have Patek Philippe, and over there we have Rolex, of course. And behind Rolex we have Tudor. So I think we take a look at the Rolex novelties first. So let's go. This is the new Rolex Datejust 41 with green ombre dial, and this is the new off-catalog Daytona with an enamel dial. And this is a new day date in a new material which is called Jubilee Gold with a very cool green like emerald dial. I really like this watch. It's probably one of my favorites from Rolex this year. And this is the new Oyster Perpetual, which marks the 100-year anniversary of the Oyster Perpetual, and it features a yellow gold bezel and some other accents, for example the 100 years instead of the Swiss made. And now a bit of a controversial Rolex release, the new Oyster Perpetual in 36 or 41 millimeters with a very funky dial. Love it or hate it, but personally I really like it because I like it to have some color and funkiness on the wrist. And these are some other new Oyster Perpetuals in yellow gold, with or without diamond bezel. And here are some other Oyster Perpetuals in rose gold. And Rolex also released a new Yachtmaster 2 in steel and yellow gold. So I took a look at the Rolex novelties and got a really nice goodie bag, which you can see here. It's not really sharp. Wait, look at this. Got a Rolex goodie bag. And now we will move over to IWC to get an appointment to take a look at some watches. And guys, let me know which Rolex novelty is your favorite so far. Now on with the novelties of IWC. This is the Engineer Perpetual Calendar, now in titanium. And this is the IWC Engineer in rose gold, which was presented last year, but now it features a tourbillon. And that's a novelty I personally really like. It's the Engineer in dark green ceramic, which I find really cool, and with rose gold hands. And another novelty which I really like, it's the new Big Pilot Perpetual Calendar Le Petit Prince in 42mm, which is the perfect size for my wrist. And here is another Big Pilot in 42mm, but now in white ceramic. And another very cool novelty of IWC is the Mark 20 Le Petit Prince in rose gold. And here's the same one in steel. And a novelty which is technically very impressive is the new IWC Big Pilot Perpetual Calendar Ceruleum, which glows in the dark and is limited to 250 pieces. And this was the biggest novelty of IWC, the IWC Venturer, which was developed for astronauts in space. And if you want to know more about the watch, you can check out the videos, for example from Adrian or Chisholm Hunter. I will link them for you in the description. And here you can see the booth of IWC. So now I'm done with IWC, maybe I will return later. Now I'm going to move on to Nomos. Just a quick pit stop at Chopin. Here you can see some Alpine Eagles. I think this Alpine Eagle XPS has a new dial, which is really nice. I think these were introduced last year. You can see a full set with diamonds, not more diamonds, diamonds and gold with diamonds. And now we are at the Nomos booth. Here you can see some very special watches, which are only sold in pairs and are piece uniques. These two are my favorites because they have dials which look like a sky with stars. And this one is probably my favorite release from Nomos this year, this Club Campus with this beautiful olive green dial. And this one is also a new Club Campus release from Nomos with this beautiful light pink dial. I really like it, but personally I prefer the olive green one. And another new release of Nomos is the Club Sport Neomatic World Time with this white dial. And another watch I really liked was this Nomos Tangente Neomatic with forest green dial. And in the end I also got some Nomos branded chocolate at the booth. So thank you Nomos for the great hospitality. So now I'm done with Nomos. I will move on to Tudor because I want to have a bag like this one. And on my way to Tudor I passed by Cartier to take a look at their new reinterpretation of the Cartier Roadster, and I also passed by Hermès, which had some really cool and colorful watches. And then I moved on to Tudor to check out the newly released Monarch with this beautiful salmon dial and the new Tudor Royal. So we're checking out Armin Strom because at Tudor the queue was too long. Next I checked out some watches at the booth of Patek Philippe. This novelty, a green Grand Complication Calatrava, really caught my eye. And this was the exhibition for the 50 years of the Patek Philippe Nautilus. And here are some more of the other novelties. After Patek Philippe, I moved on to Sinn Spezialuhren, where I tried on this very cool 544 RS in titanium. This watch from Sinn also really caught my eye because of its very elegant red color. So I think my last station for this watch Mondes will be Raymond Weil and then maybe IWC again. Then I'm out for this watch Mondes and then I will head to the city, to the Chronopolis and to all the other stuff. Look at that, that's a piece I really like, and I also really like this one. Look at that, beautiful. So last but not least, we're checking out Bremont, some watches of them, because I really like the brand and I'm really interested in taking a look at some of the watches. So let's go. And with that, I'm saying bye-bye to Watches and Wonders, and now I'm going on to some other fairs, for example Chronopolis into the city center. Arrived at Chronopolis, I checked out Studio Underdog first, an independent brand from Great Britain, which are doing very colorful and funky watches. Next I checked out Foulon Marie, another independent brand with this really cool Foulon Marie Mecha Quartz Meteorite. A watch I really like and I could imagine owning one day. In the evening I attended an event from the brand Orage, where I tried on some really cool watches as well. And that was it for this Watches and Wonders. I hope you enjoyed the episode and don't forget to drop this video a like and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one.